Thinking Fast and Slow Summary. Welcome to this video on the book, Thinking Fast and Slow, by Daniel Kahneman. This book is a fascinating exploration of how our minds work, and how we make decisions. In this video, we'll give you a brief summary of the book, including its major themes and ideas. The book is divided into two main sections: Thinking Fast, and Thinking Slow. In the first section, Kahneman describes two modes of thinking: System 1 and System 2. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and automatic, while System 2 is slow, deliberate, and logical. These two modes of thinking work together to help us make decisions, but they can also lead to errors and biases. Kahneman then goes on to describe a variety of cognitive biases that can affect our decision-making. These biases include things like confirmation bias, where we seek out information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs, and the availability heuristic, where we judge the likelihood of an event based on how easily we can recall examples of it. In the second section of the book, Kahneman explores the idea of thinking slow. This involves taking the time to carefully consider information and weigh different options. This type of thinking is essential for making good decisions, but it can be difficult and tiring. One of the key ideas in this section of the book is the concept of planning fallacy. This is the tendency for people to underestimate the time and resources needed to complete a project. Kahneman argues that this bias is due to a number of factors, including our optimism about the future and our tendency to focus on the best-case scenario rather than the worst-case scenario. Another important concept in this section of the book is the idea of loss aversion. This is the tendency for people to prefer avoiding losses over acquiring gains. Kahneman argues that this bias is a result of the way our brains are wired, and that it can lead to irrational decision-making. Kahneman also explores the concept of nudging, which involves using subtle cues or incentives to encourage people to make certain decisions. He argues that nudges can be a powerful tool for improving decision-making, but that they must be used carefully to avoid manipulation. And that's a brief summary of Thinking Fast and Slow, by Daniel Kahneman. This book is a fascinating exploration of how our minds work, and how we make decisions. It challenges us to think critically about our own decision-making processes, and to be aware of the biases and errors that can affect our thinking. I highly recommend this book to anyone who is interested in psychology, decision-making, or just wants to understand themselves better. Thanks for watching.